Okay, just copying the link over to the correct channel. Okay. And I believe we're online, just to check we've got audio. That's it. We do. Cool. Here we go then. So welcome along to Aero League Racing. We are now at round 5 for Tier 4 White. And we are at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Off the back of an absolutely brilliant race in Bathurst in the previous round. That was really good. So looking forward to another excellent one here. This is a fantastic track. It's quick. There's loads of opportunities for overtaking. There's a few tricky areas that's going to potentially catch some people out. And yeah, we'll quickly run through the positions from qualifying. Obviously we don't get that, but we'll run through and see who did what, and we'll go quickly. Right, starting at the front then. Ads, another brilliant qualifying for him. Let's hope that he's got a good connection this time and doesn't have any disconnects. Really disappointing for him last time out with that. So second position, Rocket. Not really any surprises there. In third, D-Dubs. Oraki in fourth in the BMW. Blade Runner, excellent qualifying for him in fifth. Then Obi-Wan in the other Nissan in sixth. Sergeant doing a great job getting up into seventh. Pretty much on home soil for his car, although he's a Brit. Danger Mouse in eighth. Beaumont in ninth. That's a good qualifying result for him. And also for Radiate as well in 10th. Chaos in 11th. Would have thought I'd see him a bit further up this time round. Naudi in the Porsche in 12th. Cross doing well in the Mercedes, in the Lamborghini in 13th. Turbo in 14th. I'm assuming that's due to some kind of penalty for not finishing the last race at Bathurst if he sort of disqualified himself there by quitting. Not too sure if that's actually what happened, but there you go. Erica Canada in 15th and Falcon. Sorry, it wasn't Turbo that quit, it was Falcon. So Falcon in last place, so that must have been the penalty for that, a qualifying ban or some such. And Turbo was in 14th. So there we go. So we'll go back up to the pointy end and we'll get this race underway. So 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're off. Great start from everyone. Didn't look like there was any jump starts there. And Obi-Wan having a really good run down into the first corner. Making up a couple of positions there. That's brilliant from him. Arak managing to defend against Sargent. All going through fairly cleanly. Let's have a look back here. Chaos making up a position as well, using the strength of the Mercedes out the corners. So he's had a really good start, up from 11th. And everyone else seemed to making it through in single file. So here we go. Pretty sure that's not Chaos' usual livery. Sometimes you do get it with the replays where it just goes back to the default livery for a couple of drivers. I'm pretty sure Ads has still got his teammate has still got his regular livery design. So apart from a couple of changes in position, it's a good clean start. Excellent for Tier 4 there. D-Dub's running a little bit wider through the chicane, but managing to make up a nice bit of pace. Will he manage to make pass here into Rocket, into the first corner. It's a high-speed corner and he thinks better of it. But this might give him the run a bit further up the field. This is a tight part now, not really much room for overtaking, but as you come out of the last corner, if you get it right, you can get a bit of a slingshot to overtake coming through to the straight. But so far, I think it just seems like they're all settling down into this one. So let's have a look. Bit of a gap forming from Silent to Chaos, but also a bit of a gap to Blade Runner behind as well. And another bit of a gap, but look at how tight it is further down here. So let's jump on board with these guys and see what they managed to do coming into the chicanes at the end. Big, heavy braking point. So plenty of opportunity to make an overtake here, but they managed to keep it all single. That was a really heavy cut. If he doesn't get a penalty on that one. No, he doesn't. He manages to keep it just on the track and also allowing his teammate a bit of space as he comes through there, so that's good clean driving from the pair of the Porsche drivers. So it's Falcon making up a couple of places in the first laps. That looked like a heavy cut as well. Yeah, there we go. 1.5 seconds, that is a penalty. He's really going to, in fact, he might well drop him back into last place. Because although it's 1.5 seconds, by the time you get back up to speed, you eventually lose about twice that, so 3 seconds, roughly. So that's really going to hurt him. Well, they made a good start, so he may yet be able to capitalise on other mistakes that are made from other drivers. There we go. So does this allow... It allows Eric through, and can Cross make a move as well? He does, easily passed. So that's disappointing for Falcon. It was a good start, making up a couple of positions. Wow, look at the time of Rocket. A 1:19 dead. That is very quick. And he's all over the back of outs. However, the Mercedes suits this kind of track, mid to high speed and a couple of heavy braking points, so the acceleration out of the corners would be really good for him. Really suit his car there, and the Nissan will favour the other parts of the track that the Mercedes doesn't, so it's going to be push and pull all the way along with them at this rate. So Az is doing a good job. He's got enough of a gap. I don't think he'll get taken on this back straight here now. No, enough of a gap to Rocket. Doing a good job. So we'll jump back. Dudov's not far behind, but he has got Obi-Wan all over the back of him as well. So we've got a battle up front for first place, and we've got a battle here for third place, and then there's a bit of a gap to Sargent. It looks, he's a little bit by himself, not too much. Oh no, Orok isn't too far behind him, so he'll be trying to wind him in. But on the soft tyres, they're all going to have a lot of grip and a lot of pace, at least for the first half of this race, and we're already on lap 5. So probably by lap 8 or 9 we may see a few mistakes happening as the tyres begin to drop off. I think you can really see as the season's gone on with this tier, everybody has managed to get to grips with their cars and they've become very familiar with them, and there's very few mistakes happening now. as opposed to the first couple of races. So everyone displaying some real quality with their driving. And Orak, is he going to have a look to the inside? Doesn't quite get late enough on the brakes for a dive into the corner, but keeps his nose clean. Oh, Obi-Wan's managed to get in front of D-Dubs. Let's have a little jump up and see where that happened. Oh, D-Dub's got a penalty, an absolute gimme. So that's a slam dunk for Obi-Wan. There he goes. Nice and easy past. Oh, and Rocket almost getting a move done, but can he make it on a switchback? He's got the inside line. Will he make it through? Oh, a little bit of rubbing. Manages to make it. So can Ad's getting back at any point now? He's going to be all over the back of him. Oh no, he's gone a bit too deep, not taking into account the slipstream. And he takes a wide line. Oh, and he's got mega damage. Aero, suspension and the engine. That is really disappointing. What such a good start. Oh dear, and quite a bad rejoin, giving Nowly damage as well, and Danger Mouse. So that is disappointing. That's a real shame. Ads was onto a really good finish there beforehand, but that's also allowed Turbo to close up, and he did go over the white line there, I think, so I'm least surprised if he doesn't get a penalty. There it is, Nowly and Turbo, so neutralising those. Beaumont's going to be able to make the most of that on the next corner. Oh, and he gets ahead as well. Well done, Beaumont. That was a great opportunistic move. So he's going to get through past Nowly. Easy overtake. That Porsche doing really well with its tyres. Radiates up to 8th now, so that's a really good start for him. Although his tyres are a little bit more worn, but not bad. Bodon holding his pace, and he's really well managing his tyres. So he's definitely going to have a lot of pace at the end of this race. Okay, so he's up to 5th now. That's excellent. So there must have been a bit of an accident, but we'll leave it for now. So Chaos has done a great job getting up into 5th, and will be hunting Sargent down. But again, the thumping great V8 in the Corvette is going to give him a lot of aid out of the corners and down the straight. And then we can see D-Dubs. Is he going to get the position back? I'm sure he will, as long as he doesn't lose it being off the good line. Oh, that is some excellent defending from Obi-Wan. Good respectful driving for the pair of them, giving each other enough room. So will he be able to get the position back? It will probably just sit patiently through the next set of corners down to the bottom of the course as he comes back on the straight. If he gets a good exit out of it, he'll be able to slingshot himself past, or even perhaps capitalising on a mistake. Did Obi-Wan go too far off the line there? Will he get a penalty? He does. It's an absolute gimme again. This track handing out time penalties like they're going out of fashion. So D-Dubs gonna make a nice easy overtake, so it's gonna make it hard for Obi-Wan. He's gonna have to have his work cut out to be able to catch up again, but that also leaves him open to Sargent. And Sargent gets through as well. And now Chaos is all over the back of him. Is he going to get him through the inside? He does. And Obi-Wan's got nowhere to go. And now Orak's going to be all over him as well. Orak gets the inside line. Can he make it through? Oh, a little bit of contact. Does he keep it on the track? He does. And Obi-Wan manages to come out of that as they go through the next set of S's. This is some brilliant racing from these guys. So Orak probably yielding the position just to play it safe, which is not a bad thing really. But look how close they are. So they're bound to be an overtake as we come through here. The amount of slip, although Obi-Wan had a brilliant exit from Orak out of there, that's even allowing Radiate to close up as well. But I see Chaos is on the inside of Sargent. Is it going to be a move? It is, and it's fairly easy as well. But that leaves Obi-Wan to now get up on the inside. Sargent defending, but can't quite close the door on him. Having to take a wider line. Can he kick? Oh, and there's a little push. And that's left Sargent open to Orak as well. Well, they've all managed to keep it on the black stuff, so that's good. But chopping and changing positions. So Chaos now up into third. That's a phenomenal start from 11th. Last couple of laps now. Look at the tyres. They're about halfway and they're going to start dropping off really quick. Same for Chaos. D-Dub's pretty much got enough room behind him, I think. He hasn't got to worry too much, so he can just take it calm and steady. Rocket really pushing it with his tyres. Slow down, mate. You're okay. You've got the fastest lap already. So let's quickly jump up to the back. So Erica Canada in the final position. Falcon managing to get one position back after his penalty earlier in the race. Catching up to Beaumont quite quickly. I'm sure we'll have the overspeed. Can he get the move done? Will he get in front of him enough, or will Beaumont manage to keep the inside position into the next corner? Beaumont does. Good defending from him. Falcon's trying to get the cut back. Doesn't quite have it. Will he have it into the first corner? He goes for it, has a look. Oh, a little bit of a contact, might be a little bit of lag there, but it does seem like that did force Beaumont to slow down a little bit. Whether or not that went to the stewards, I don't know. So Falcon back up to 14th. Oh, and he loses it. Bit too much curb and a bit too keen on the power. Oh, that is such a shame. You hate to see it. So back up to 15th then for Eric. Beaumont up to 14th, Turbo up to 13th, Cross, this is a good result for him, up in 12th, adds back into 11th after his big off. He'll be kicking himself, I'm sure. Such a shame. So now the tyres of the Porsche. And I'm sure as we go into the main event, as the tyre deg is increased, the Porsche is really going to feel the pinch. So we're on the final lap now. Danger Mouse up into 9th. Chaos, oh, he's down to 8th. That is such a shame. He must have had enough. Let's jump back. Oh, he gets a penalty from 3rd place as well. That was such a good result. What a shame. So that's going to give Obi-Wan and Orak the positions back, but it's going to leave him wide open to Sergeant, Radio and Blade Runner, and they're all just going to sail past. What a shame. He was going to have such a good finish. So there we are, back up to the final lap. Doing a really good job hanging on to the tyre there. This will give Chaos a slightly better start in the main event though, as it's a reverse grid for the top 10, so he'll start in third. So as much as he probably wanted the points for finishing in third in this race, he will get a good finish up here, but in the main event, sorry. So Radio in the slip of Sergeant, will he shuffle to the inside? There he goes. Does he get it down? He's going to have to be a late breaker. Park it on the apex. Oh, but Sergeant, brilliant defending. One last opportunity. So Rocket goes across the line, and then D-Dubs with plenty of space on their own. And it's a bit of a procession as they go across. Excellent driving from everybody, some really good tight racing and pretty clean, we're going to have to say as well. So Ads is there in 11th, Cross brings it across in 12th, Turbo in 13th, Beaumont in 14th, Falcon gets back up to 15th, a race to forget for him I should imagine, and Erica Canada bringing it across the line in 16th. So that was an excellent sprint race, and now we've got the main event to look forward to. So let's just load that one up, and where are we at? Yeah, that's the wrong one. There we go. Road Atlanta. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. So maximum points again for Rocket out of that sprint race. I would cover where the positions are, but as the season's over, it's fairly pointless. We all know Rocket won the season, so it's just good fun to watch the racing now, isn't it? So let's get this loaded, and we're off to a rolling start for the main event. So we'll just load all of these, and actually let's go from the back. So Erica Canada finished 16th in the sprint, so starts at the back. Falcon in 15th, Beaumont in 14th, Turbo in 13th, Cross in 12th. That's a good start for him. Ads, probably the less said the better, in 11th. And our pole finisher for the sprint in 10th now for Rocket. D-Dubs in 9th, Obi-Wan in 8th, Orak in 7th, Sergeant in 6th, Radiate, this must be his best start of the season, in 5th, Blade Runner up to 4th, and I'm expecting some fairly good things. Chaos in 3rd, keep it on the track, buddy, and this is going to be good. Danger Mouse and Naudi in the Porsches in 2nd and 1st respectively, and thank goodness it's a rolling start for them because the Porsches are pants off the line. So this is going to be a good start, we think. Let's get going. Let's jump on with Chaos, as the Mercedes does have some excellent acceleration. You never know if you get a position into the first corner here. So they're off. And already Sargent is all over the back of Aurak. Radiate. And he's probably going to get it through. Going a bit deep from Chaos, that leaves him open to Blade Runner. So Sargent through. Now we've got the two teammates, and Aurak also ahead of Radiate now. So Radiate lost a couple of positions, but once this race settles down, I'm sure he's got the pace to keep the positions there. He's just got to defend hard from some of the quicker drivers behind. We've got a lot of tile squeal up ahead, but everyone managing to keep it on the track. So there we go, first lap into it, no penalties, although what has happened at the back here, there's been something happen. I just saw a couple of cars on the radar that were spinning around at the back. Oh, it was ahead of them. Let's just jump back one more time, see if we can get it. Oh, it's Cross. He just wipes himself out, and then who was that in the Jag? Turbo just manages to lose it as well. Although he's waiting up, so there must have been contact for him to cross. So good sportsmanship, waiting up, giving the position back. But that's going to cost him. I don't think he'll be able to do much with his strategy either to get back to that. So let's jump back up now, back to the front end. And Chaos is all over the back of Danger Mouse. Oh, and Sargent has managed to make it in front of Blade Runner as well. So this is an excellent result for Sargent. He's storming his way to the front. Radiate's also managed to get past his teammate Aurak again. So that's some excellent driving from him. Or a pair of them really, just to make sure they don't take each other out. That would be the worst thing for their constructors' points. Having a look at the inside. Is he going to make it through to the braking point? Not quite. So rocket up to 8th now from 10th place where he started, behind his teammate. Got to be extra cautious. We certainly don't need a multi-21 situation. So now Sargent just made a pass there as well. That Corvette is absolutely flying around this track, so he is on the softs. So let's have a quick look. Oh, and Chaos is up into first place. We have to have a little jump back and see where that happened. So he manages to get ahead of Danger Mouse somewhere, and Naudi going to losing the back end a little bit. That gives Chaos the run right from the beginning of the straight. So Naudi will probably tuck him behind, I think. Oh, he should have done. That would have given him a little bit more slip at least, and could have even potentially got the position back. So excellent start for Chaos. He gets it up into P1. Sargent close behind, he'll be reeling them in, so we'll go through the tyre choices. So there we go. Chaos on mediums, Naudi managing to close it up on the hards, Sargent storming through the pack on some softs, Danger Mouse also on the hards, Radiate on the softs, and closing up quickly to Danger Mouse. This is excellent driving from him. Blade Runner going on the hards again. Will he be doing a one-stop like he did last time out at Bathurst? Oh, is that Radiate having a look to go round, but doesn't quite make it stick. Will he get the run on the exit and use the slip? It should be a fairly easy overtake. He's right behind him, so he's definitely within striking distance have been able to get past him. Sargent now making an easy pass Chaos, but he is on the softer compound of tyres, so once the pit stops start happening, it will stretch out, and we won't find out really until the end of the race how that comes together. Although, let's jump back up here, because Chaos has got a good run on the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact, pushing him wide. Sargent manages to keep it on the track though, within the white lines and in the limits. But that has left him open to Naudi again. This is some really good racing from everyone. Lots of overtakes, and it's all clean and in good sportsmanship, so this is brilliant. So let's jump back here. So D-Dubs, I think, was ahead of Rocket slightly earlier, but Rocket's on the mediums. Did we see what else everyone was? Yes, Blader was on the hards, Obi-Wan on the mediums, Rocket on the mediums, and D-Dubs on the hards. So pretty good pace for 120 on a hard tyre, when you can consider at the minute the fastest lap was a 120.2, so 0.7 of a seconds off for the difference in compound, so that's really good. Then we've got Falcon, also on a set of hards, playing the long game as he started closer to the back, but adds all over him on the mediums. He's going to get the move done. No real surprise with the softer compound. Then Eric also on hards, Orak on hards. He must have had an off somewhere, because he was much further up beforehand. Quite a big gap further back to Beaumont on a pair of mediums, or set of mediums. Cross on hards, and someone's gone off ahead. Have they? Are they back on? Might have just been dipping the tyre off. Yeah. And then Turbo in 16th place, also on a set of hards. So we'll go back up. Sargent, look how much he's used those tyres already. I do feel like this must be a two-stop race for him, unless he goes onto the hards. But I just can't help but think that the pace of the hards is going to allow people doing a two-stop to get the better of him. But we'll wait and see. No one into the pits so far, and he stays out for at least another lap. Managing to keep the gap to Chaos behind him, and then a nice comfortable gap, I would say, without being able to see the telemetry, to Naudi, who on the hard tyres loses a little bit of grip going through that corner and a little bit of time. And Danger Mouse, look at the train behind him. Good defensive driving from him, because he's got Radiate behind and a set of softs who isn't managing to get the overtake done. But then the Porsche is also fast out the corners, and with that level of tyre grip, the M6 is definitely a tricky car to handle. If I've learned anything with that car, it's throttle control. Obi-Wan is sniffing to get past him on his mediums. They've got much better life, but he's also got Rocket behind him as well. We must see an overtake here from someone at least. Or is Rocket going for the bump draft to catch him up? It does seem like he is. Nope, he's going for a little sniff on the inside. Can they keep it wide and clean? Good driving from Obi-Wan. Keeps the position, but that does allow Rocket to come up on the inside on the switchback. Doesn't quite make it, but Radiate's going across. Other way. There we go. He went right, then he went left, trying to throw Danger Mouse off, but he doesn't do it. Oh, contact! Danger Mouse doing a good job. Quite a lot of lag there. So who knows what came of that one, but that does give Danger Mouse a little bit of breathing space. Radiate doing an absolutely phenomenal job, really. Those softs are absolutely knackered. So, all still the same up front. Oh, and there's the tail happy BM, as we said. Is that going to give Rocket... What happened to the other Nissan? Oh, he's further back there. All the way back in 10th. What happened to it everywhere? Let's jump back real quick, see what we can see. So he was in 6th. Oh, and he just... Yeah, that's so easy to do there. Just loses it. Yeah, so easy to do on that corner. So, will Rocket manage to make an overtake on Radiate? So Radiate's coming into the pits now. Not surprising really, because his tyres were absolutely shocking. It is a difficult pit entry on this one, because if you go slightly off, then you do get a penalty. So we'll wait and see what happens to that. Sargent also in, changing on his softs, and he goes to another set of softs. Is that correct? So first place, coming in for his first stop, and it does seem like he's gone for another set of softs. Yeah, maybe he's gone for mediums. Oh, honestly, this game sometimes. So he's on a set of mediums. That would be 22 laps on a set of mediums, and I definitely don't think he's going to be able to do that. Although he has filled all the way back up with fuel, so you never know. So Radiate also on mediums and a full tank of squirt. Falcon on his pretty good hards, playing the long game. Almost definitely going to be a one stop. Oh, but he gets a 1 second penalty again. He's going to be hating this. So back up to the front. Chaos, almost half a tank, and almost halfway through his tyres. So it might be he could be trying to go to lap 20 and then go for some softs, but more than likely I imagine that front left is going to be gone by about lap 12 or 13, and then he's going to have to pit either for hards or for another set of mediums and then go for a soft at the end. We'll wait and see. So he's got not a massive gap, but enough of a gap behind Naudi that he can keep a comfortable pace. Rocket now up to 3rd, made some moves on those ahead of him, Danger Mouse and Blade Runner, and adds getting a move done on D-Dubs. He must have had a poor exit out of the bottom hairpin. All down to the late breakers, and he keeps it on the outside, gives him the inside of the next corner straight away. Yep, and I don't think that's even going to allow D-Dubs room to sniff. Oh, no, he doesn't. He does a good job, shuts the door on him. So it's going to be hard for D-Dubs to try and get an overtake anywhere on this part of the circuit now, unless Ads makes a mistake. So please, Ads, keep it on the tarmac. So the Porsches really have done quite a good job, considering they're both on hards, to stay up at the top end of the pack, with everybody else breathing down on them. On softer compounds. Oh, and a penalty for Ads. So that's going to give the position back to D-Dubs. It is so easy to get a penalty on this track though. In order to get the fastest lap, you really do have to cut the corners, but can just give you such a temperamental exit sometimes that you just go over the white line just a little bit too much, only a pixel, and that's it. So amazingly, I really thought D-Dubs would have got the position back there, but he manages to keep it. But it does allow him on the inside into the final corner, and he's very close. Little bit of rubbing, but they get through, and Ads is still ahead. Phenomenal driving from Ads. That really is good. So we go up, Rocket going for an ambitious move. It yields the place, gets a little contact with Blade Runner and gives the position back. But Willie managed to close that gap further down. No, too much of a big gap there, I think. Unless he gets a really good exit out of the final corner of the hairpin, or elongated hairpin, and he is all over the back of him again. So he's definitely going to have some slip. Oh, and Falcon. What has happened to Falcon? The penalty line's not always being lapped, isn't he? Oh, that is heartbreaking to see. But he does a good job, he gets out of the way, and he has to serve a penalty. So Rocket manages to get up another position, but his mediums really are looking a bit second hand now. Blade Runner's tyres still looking pretty good. And Ads' tyres also looking pretty spent, but he's doing a phenomenal job with his pace. Lots of averaging 120, and still managing even in his last lap to get a 121, so that's still really good pace considering how worn his tyres are. I think as soon as he gets into the 122s though, he'll be looking to swap them out, because 2 or 3 laps like that, that's really going to start playing into the hands of those on a harder compound tyre. They'll be able to make the gap up. D-Dubs on the hards, as we said, on that sort of 122 mark, managing to catch up to him. So, what was that? Ads managing to make a fairly easy overtake. I think, was that past Danger Mouse? Or it looked like maybe he got a bit of a funny exit from Danger Mouse, and he managed to go on side by side for a bit, so it looked like he got an overtake. So, Chaos, Ads comes into the pit and he goes across the line. That's 3 seconds. Oh, that's going to be tragic. Oh dear. So, both of them in now. So 3/4 of a tank. He'll definitely be... Oh, this could be a one-stop for Chaos. We'll find out as he comes out of the pit lane, and then we'll jump back up the field. Will he be on hards? With that amount of fuel, I think that's probably enough fuel to get to the end of the race. And no, he's on another set of mediums, so he is going to have to do a 2-stop. So if he does the same stint again, that's 26 laps, and he'll get 4 laps on the soft, although he could probably, do 5 or 6. Get himself a little bit quicker at the end of the race. So, comes up behind Sargent, who was in P1, so that's a net position of P2 for Chaos, but also on better tyres, so he has got to knuckle down and try and get past Sargent, and that gives him effective P1. Eric doing a good job in the Lambo, up to 9th now, but obviously hasn't made a pit. And I think if you started on a hard tyre, you're going for the 1-stop. Rocket now into the pit, and Beaumont, both of their mediums pretty spent. So where's he filling up to? So he's doing the same sort of thing. Just over 3/4 of a tank. Clearly the Nissan a little bit more juicy than the Mercedes. And what is he on for his tyres? No, he's going for a one stop. So that's clearly enough fuel to get to the end in the Nissan. And he's hoping that as everyone does the pits, he will be able to make it up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does. We'll probably see this all coming back together for him around lap 25, 26, 27. So we can see the pack starting to, or the packs are starting to break up into smaller packs, with the grid, there we go, the grid's starting to break up into smaller packs. We've got this one near the back, radiating 10th, still on his mediums, doing a pretty good job actually looking after them. But did he pit earlier? I can't remember if he was on softs before. I think he was on softs, wasn't he? And he did a good job getting up the top end of the track. So he'll have come in and be probably halfway through his stint on his mediums. Chaos to 8th, Sergeant to 7th. Hang on a minute. Wasn't he in 9th just a second ago? He was. And then we had some pits. So they're back up, so there we go. Alright, now halfway through the race on his hards. Probably trying to get to lap 20. And then we'll look to do a one stop as well. For a similar sort of tyre wear, but slightly better for Danger Mouse. Going to be limited with his fuel consumption, but probably again looking to pit around P20. Blade Runner doing better on fuel and tyres, but he's coming in. Oh, it's so tight on the pit entry. Will he have got a penalty for that? Let's find out later. I'm surprised he's come in so early for his hard tyres. He could have definitely gone a bit longer. So that gives, alright, 4th place. Danger Mouse still doing a good job up in 3rd. D-Dubs good on fuel, tyre is looking a bit spent in 2nd. Naudi not looking as good on tyres or fuel as his teammate, and you can hear the tyres are protesting now. But he's still got a good gap between him and next in line, so that's going to serve him really well in the pit stops. Now this strategy definitely going to be coming good at the end of the race. He's managed to really capitalise on that. He's raced clean, kept his nose out of trouble, and he's benefiting from it. So Arak trying to close the gap on his next in line, but his tyres definitely aren't going to work so well. So here they come, everyone on the hards coming into the pit, well at least 2 of them coming into the pits now. D-Dub's in the pits, Danger Mouse in the pits, ALR in the pits. So there we go, got Sergeant on, he's on a set of mediums. Oh, he's coming into the pits as well. No, he's not. I was going to say, he's absolutely steaming in there, so he's definitely going to get a penalty, but carries on. Back up to P2 and Chaos up to P3. And the gap between him and Naudi is massive. This is pretty much a pit stop, although we will have to take on a full tank of fuel, oh well, not a full tank of fuel, maybe half a tank of fuel in order to get to the end. So there was a bit of extra time there just to refill. So Chaos desperately trying to close the gap with fresh tyres. What's he on? 120.6, that's his fastest lap of the race, whereas Sergeant got a 121.3, so just over half a second quicker, and that will definitely be good for Chaos Race. Radiate still keeping really consistent lap times, within the 120 to 122 sort of range, mostly 121, so that's really good consistency for him. So now he's in, and he does get taken at the, where's he gone? He's on the pit exit. So in fourth, will he manage to keep even fourth? No, he doesn't. However, some of those ahead of him do have to make another pit stop. So slipping in behind ads, I bet they really wished he would be in front of them. But he does have fresher tyres, so eventually it won't take long before he gets in front of them, especially Eric, because he's only... Oh, and he's wide. Look at that. What a shame. Maybe giving way a little bit there. He knows he's not really battling for this end of the grid. So, respectful of Eric to do that. As all Canadians are. So now they back up to fifth. Quite a bit of a gap, maybe a few seconds to ads. He's had quite a comeback drive with this one, up into fourth, but we'll have to make another pit stop near the end of the race, so we'll see where he finally ends up. Hopefully still in the top 10. Sargent in again. Is this going to be a 3-stop? He was on softs at the beginning, wasn't he? So he's gone for soft and a medium, and what will he be on now? Will it be a hard or another set of mediums? Turbo in behind him on his hards, getting rid of them finally. Oh, down to almost no fuel. That's the painfully slow pit exit. There we go, another set of mediums, that will take him to the end of the race. And they're going to be half decent by the end of the race. So it's not too bad for him. Bowman up to 12th, Blade Runner up to 11th. But still... No, that should be his one and only pit stop, shouldn't it? For Blade Runner. And hoping to capitalise on those further ahead, because there's still going to be some penalties and some still have to make another pit stop. Oh, he did 2 pit stops. I thought he only did the one. I thought he was on hards at the beginning and he's pitted again. That must have been for fuel. So Eric's having a really good race, really. Keeping his nose clean. Just slow and steady. And he's getting across, although he did get a 136 on the last lap, so he's definitely had a bit of an off in that one, which is a shame for him. Alright, looking to go to the end on this set of mediums. Probably nailing it as much as he can. Yeah, less than 0.02 of a second off his personal best, so he's definitely got his pedal to the metal. Danger Mouse doing a good job here too, having probably gone for either a hard soft or a medium soft medium strategy. Now Radiate, what a brilliant race from Radiate. He's into the pits, so will he fueling, he's finished fueling, where will he come out? Will he manage to make it out ahead of these two? Not quite. And his teammate gets ahead of him. back down to P10. So what happened to Beaumont? There he is, right behind him. However, Radiate is on softs, which is interesting. A little optimistic to go 9 laps on the softs, but we'll wait and see. Oh, getting a bit squirrely on the exit. He may make it work. He does seem to be a little bit of a tyre whisperer. He doesn't wear his tyres out as much as others. So, Blade Runner up to P9. Aurak in 8th. Obi-Wan defending from Danger Mouse. This is an excellent move. Can he keep it pinned on the outside? Not quite. Danger Mouse closes the door on him into the apex. And that is a solid move. Well done, Danger Mouse. Rocket managed to close the gap to D-Dubs on his hard, but D-Dubs does have mediums. And Rocket's hards really are, considering he's only been out on them for half a dozen laps, he has nailed them. So Rocket is living up to his name and driving very fast, managing to get the fastest lap as well, at 120.1, and on a set of mediums. Not even the softs. Good job from Naudi. This is an excellent result for him, really, because he was starting from about this sort of position. I can't remember where he started, but it was definitely... Oh, it was I think it was a 1-2 for the Porsches, wasn't it? So this is good, and I think we're expecting these Mercedes to make another pit stop. I think Chaos does have to make another pit because he's only gone on mediums so far. So he's good up to P1. Adds as well. If only it was going to finish like this. This is an excellent result for the Mercedes drivers. However, Naudi was likely to get those positions back. So playing the long game, clever driving from him. Will Rocket managed to make a move. I think he's a bit too far back to get a slip. However, Obi-Wan and Aurak, a bit too much of a gap there. Obi-Wan might be able to close up on Danger Mouse coming up to the back straight. Taking a huge chunk of curb, he's desperate to close the gap. Is it going to be enough though? Will he manage to look for an overtake at the end of this straight into the chicane? No, perhaps not. The graphics on this game are brilliant, especially when you see the brakes glowing and things like that. Although he goes a bit deep, so that's going to cost him. Allow Aurak to close the gap a little bit more. Let's jump down the pack again and see if anything else happens. Oh, getting a little bit dark at the track. Well, something's happened, so everyone's got their lights on. I do like the M6, it does look good. And every time Obi-Wan looks behind, he's just going to see all these lights looking at him, getting closer and closer. So Blade Runner still defending from Radiate, but Radiate's tyres already looking, what are they, over a third of the way done for that front left, and he's only been on them a couple of laps. A 119 from Radiate, get in some. So here's Chaos and Ads both in. like we thought, that gives Naudi the position back. So they're both probably going to be on a set of softs. So where does that bring them out though? At the end of the race, or end of the pit window for them. Oh, why is that? Oh, there we go. So all the way back down to P9 and P10, but they're going to have fresh tyres for the last 5 laps. So just see if Radiate manages to make a move. Well, I have to say though, this is an excellent race for Radiate. Fastest lap and a good finishing position for him as well. So here we go. Chaos ahead of Sargent. I wonder if that was done on pits. I think it would have been. He got out just in front. So that's an excellent result for Chaos. Now he's just got to get his head down, hit all of his apexes and make it to the finish. I'm sure he can probably close up the gap to Radiate in that sort of time. Got nice clean air and no traffic. And Abs also on the softs, he's going to desperately want to reel Sargent in to get that last top 10 spot. Beaumont all by himself and Turbo all by himself as well in their positions. And we have lost someone. We've lost... Who have we lost? That must have been... I think is that the other... Is it Falcon again? With the other Jag? I don't think I see one. No. Yeah, we've lost Falcon again. I'm not too sure when that happened. But he'd had a really bad race for him, and I think maybe he's just given up with it. So that is a shame, not to have a complete grid at the end of it, but sometimes that's understandable. So Naudi managing to do an excellent job at the front of the pack. Excellent strategy for him as well. Just good clean driving. Not worrying about fighting too much because he knows that with a one stop it's just got to run your own race. And so far it's worked out really well for him. And D-Dub's tyres also looking just a tiny bit worse off than Naudi, so it's going to be difficult to close the gap to him. Rocket's hard's not terrible, so I don't think he's going to be able to do much closing that gap up. But sort of the lap times, you look at that, 121s and 120s, so yeah, D-Dub's going a little bit too quick, I think, and Naudi for Rocket to be able to catch. However, Danger Mouse, Naudi's teammate, similar strategy. It's a good result in 4th. Probably would have wanted a little bit higher, but he was involved in a little bit of contact earlier on, so that's probably what cost him those positions. Now Orak trying to look down the inside of Obi-Wan. Thinks better of it. Will he try and get a better exit to catch him onto the start finish? Not quite. But he does have his teammate breathing down him. What are Radiate's tyres looking like? Oh, they are terrible. But he might just manage to make it to the end of the race. Just maybe. Blade Runner up to 8th now. Good result for him. Keeping it nice and consistent. Chaos on Ads. Whoa, he took so much curb on that last corner. but they've definitely closed the gap a little bit. Whether or not they can make it to an overtake by the end of the race, we'll wait and see. But really good driving from them, from everybody really. Very few major incidents. So, does Radiate manage to get a move on Orak at all? No, he's too far back for that one, isn't he? Up ahead, I think we can see, oh, he's so close to getting the overtake done, but if you give him a little bump, it nullifies it. Obi-Wan sort of covering the inside. Orak's going to go for it. He's going for the lunge. Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, and it pushes Obi-Wan wide. And does he get any contact with any other damage? Can he keep it straight? Oh, just hanging on. But it gives him a few places. Up to Chaos. And now Az is he going to be able to make the most of dirty tyres on Obi-Wan? It's all over the back of him. Look at them coming into the hairpin. Can he do a late break? He looks for the inside. He goes. He gets it done. And his tyres are just too tired now. Pardon the pun. To compete with ads on the softs. Down to the minimum of fuel. I think once it starts flashing red, you're down to 2 laps, so it should get into last place. Although, sorry, to finish the race. But here we go. Chaos making a move. Oh, 2 for 1. Absolutely phenomenal driving from Chaos. Oh, and Radiate's thrown it away, and not surprising, look, his tyre's gone. So he's going to really struggle to make it round this lap. He's just going to give places away. Look at it. Oh, what a shame for him. Perhaps 1 lap too soon, maybe 2. However, that is an important part of the racing, is the strategy. So let's get up to the pointy end and see where we're at. So coming down the back straight, Naudi keeping it nice and clean. Not looking like D-Dubs is going to be able to do anything here, so we'll give him the screen time to get across the line. Great strategy and clean racing from Naudi, giving him the P1. D-Dubs close behind in second position. Rocket in third. That's a good race for him from 10th. So that must have been Cross or Eric coming across the line previously. Danger Mouse in 4th. Orak up to 5th. So a good result from him. Chaos up to 6th, which is phenomenal. Oh, and Az runs out of fuel just across the line, I think, and managed to hold on to 7th, but Blade Runner was so close as he caught up with him there. Obi-Wan in 9th, Sergeant in 10th, Radiate brings it home in 11th. Such a shame for him on that last corner to lose his tyre. Beaumont in 12th. So there it was Eric that came across the pit after D-Dubs or Rocket. Turbo in 13th, and Cross coming through the final chicane with a thimble of fuel left, and brings it across the line in 14th. So good racing from everybody. A DNF from Falcon there. That's a shame for him. So yeah, what another absolutely phenomenal race from Tier 4 White. I think the next race is my personal favourite at Le Mans. So stay tuned. Whether or not I get it done today or tomorrow, not too sure, but I will do my very best to at least get one done tomorrow, another replay. And then we're down to the final 2 races of the season after that. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Look forward to the next one. See ya.